Let's take a look at Derrick Mason matched against Charles Woodson. You'll see a lot of this tonight. Press, bump, man-to-man. Boy, they're joined at the hip. Excellent coverage by Charles Woodson.
You know, Charles Woodson has a photographic memory. I guarantee you he remembers covering Derrick Mason when Mason wore number 80 at Michigan State. These two guys have had battles for years.
You can see a lot of that right there. Belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball.
And then Ndamukong Suh, the great defensive lineman from Nebraska. Rodgers throws the pick. Flacco takes over at the 10. Here's a tight pocket, but able to complete it for a gain of about 6 to Mason. Excellent job of the call.
And the Ravens using their unbalanced line, Mike.
On first down, flea flicker. Back to Flacco, who looks downfield. A lot of Packers down there. Intercepted by Collins. 2 takeaways and a lot of room to run. Now he runs into the middle there at midfield. He cut back to the outside. He had half the field. But Nick Collins has a fumble recovery and a pick in the first quarter.
Also, flea flicker. What a great time to call it. You're in good field position early. You see the flea flicker. You're going to see Mason, and you're going to see Clayton work a 2-man combination. But it doesn't fool Nick Collins. He's quick to diagnose it, and he can cover a lot of space with that athletic ability. But that's a bad decision by Joe Flacco. Both of these young quarterbacks have forced the ball early in this football game.
Over the veteran center, Burke on 3rd and 13. Flacco wanted to air it out. Now throws, and it could not be brought in by the veteran Mason. 4th down.
That's been the problem with this Baltimore Raven offense for the last several weeks. They just can't get off to a good start. They've scored 2 offensive touchdowns in their last 7 games in the first half, and both of those were last week against Pittsburgh. Somebody's got to make a play.
All right, Trey, thank you. See Trey for NFL Primetime after SportsCenter tonight. The pressure's picked up. Flacco's pass is incomplete, but a marker comes down as Mason was being jostled by the former Heisman winner, Woodson.
Pass interference, number 21, defense. First down.
Well, Woodson just sat on that route. He was in perfect position on Derrick Mason. You'll see all night long, this is what you're going to see. Well, he did kind of wrap the arm around him and inhibit him to get outside. Yeah, you got to throw that flag.
It's only the 5th or now 6th play that they've run in Green Bay territory tonight. Flacco out quick. Held onto in front of Woodson by the veteran Mason. And a gain of 8.
That Charles Woodson, every time he makes a tackle, he's going to try to strip the ball out of your body. Take a look at him. He'll rake that ball. He'll rake that thing right across your chest. He's just looking to strip that ball. I don't think anybody does it better than Charles Woodson.
And while we talk about the Packers making that a point of emphasis, it's something that Woodson's done throughout his NFL career.
They're going to give him some help this time. You're going to either Nick Collins over the top or A.J. Hawk underneath.
Flacco comes to the other side and takes a shot downfield as Mason comes inside of Woodson and catches it at the 32, but a marker comes down. As Mason got past Woodson, he had contact. The Packer bench was screaming for offensive pass interference, and that's what they're going to get. Erasing a gain of 47.
Pass interference, number 85, offense. 10-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
This ball is just the underthrow. Mason's going to come back to the football as Woods. Oh, you can see Derrick Mason kind of whipped him by there. Right there, he pushes Charles Woodson past him, comes back and makes the catch.
Guys, it's one of those where if Woodson doesn't go down to the ground, it may not have been called a penalty.
He probably didn't need to push him. He was going to run by him because Mason saw the ball and was adjusting to it.
And on the back end of that, there's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, I believe, on Mason. I did not hear Walt Anderson. But an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was called on the back end of that.
Well, it's an underthrown deep ball. And Mason is trying to come back to the ball through Charles Woodson in his defense. But we are getting a pass interference clinic tonight now on both sides.
And all the game plan line, so good field position here because of this pass interference penalty as Mason was coming back to the ball and got rid of Woodson. And that's one you have to call, and I think it was a good call. But Mason, part of this frustrated team feeling like they don't get any flags, was giving a lot of complaint to James Coleman, who ran out of flags, and he said, hey, throw my hat on you, and his unsportsmanlike conduct. Enough is enough. Range, needing a couple of scores to square this one. So they can't go backwards. Rice bounces it out the side door. Woodson and Matthews take him to the sideline. Ray Rice has been handcuffed all night.
That's Charles Woodson pursuing and finishing. Take a look at Woodson playing man-to-man coverage. He sees the ball handed off. Then he sees Ray Rice cut it back, and that's an outstanding play by Charles Woodson, once again looking for a strip.
And, John, that's a great point there, because that's not the stuff you think of when you think of a guy being the defensive player of the year. You think of the picks, the scores, the sacks on blitzes, but a play like that is so huge.
He has 60 tackles, number 2 on the team.
I've never seen a game like this.
Nata is in over at the left tackle spot. Chester to the left. It's bounced outside. McGahee is stopped by Woodson again.
Well, he's the guy I said at the beginning, Ron. He's got my vote for MVP. Take a look at this play on the goal line. A lot of corners don't even play in this situation. But here he is, diving out, making an impact play. Not a lot of cornerbacks even dream of that kind of play.
Spectacular. What a night he's had. What a season he's had. John, I concur. I'd give him my Defensive Player of the Year vote.
Defensive MVP.
Defensive.
Well, this game is over. And Mike McCarthy's Packers have won 4 in a row. They are 8-8, 8-4. And in that final wild card spot in the NFC.